The Pera is also home to work by a fascinating artist, long considered a Turkish Orientalist, Osman Hamdi Bey. His masterpiece is the Tortoise Trainer. But before we look at it, Baruch wants to show me something that brings the world depicted within the painting to life. So what have you got here?
This is a VR headset.
So I'm becoming Osman Hamdi Bey for the day?
Kind of. You'll visit his studio. You just put it
Carefully put it on like that. Oh, here are my hands. Okay, that's really quite weird. This is amazing. So this is his studio. It's wonderful seeing the actual room. Oh, here's the painting, right. Ah! I'm inside. I can hear some birds. There's a tortoise. Oh, look. Pick up the lettuce leaf and then you can eat it. And at this high point in my career as an art critic, I think maybe I should come back into the real world.
Hello, I'm Christian Fraser. This is The Context.
Hugh Edwards has been named as the BBC presenter who has been suspended.
This is a man who has embodied BBC values, has been the face of the BBC, has held viewers' hands through so many of the kind of momentous, significant parts of our nation's history.
Detectives from the Met Specialist Crime Command have now concluded their assessment and have determined there is no information to indicate that a criminal offence has been committed.
Hello, welcome to the programme. It is a seismic evening here in the BBC newsroom. One of the biggest faces of BBC News, Hugh Edwards, has been named as the suspended over his alleged inappropriate contact with people much younger than him. We'll look tonight at those allegations. There are more, and from within the BBC. But the Met Police tonight has ended its investigation, which means the case, or cases, now revert to an internal inquiry. Why has it taken so long for these allegations to come out? Should the BBC be looking more closely into the dynamics between its well-paid presenters and junior staff? And we'll also talk later in the programme about NATO, the end of a two-day summit where all the talk was about a country that is not yet a member. This is BBC News. So, the presenter accused of misconduct claims has been named as Hugh Edwards. His identity was revealed tonight by his wife. A statement from Vicky Flynn said this: "In light of the recent reporting regarding the BBC presenter, I am making this statement on behalf of my husband, Hugh Edwards, after what have been 5 extremely difficult days for our family. I'm doing this primarily out of concern for his mental well-being and to protect our children." Hugh is suffering from serious mental health issues, as is well documented. He has been treated for severe depression in recent years. The events of the last few days, she went on, have greatly worsened matters. He has suffered another serious episode and is now receiving inpatient hospital care, where he will stay for the foreseeable future. And once well enough to do so, she adds, he intends to respond to the stories that have been published. That statement came shortly after police confirmed that they have ended their inquiry into the Sun's allegations against him. The police said they'd found no evidence indicating a criminal offence had been committed. But there is reporting today within the BBC that he had made contact with 3 other employees here. 2 of them have since left the corporation. And there is an allegation from at least one that inappropriate and suggestive messages were sent. My colleague David Silito is with me. There was pressure mounting, David, for him to come out and make a statement, and now we understand why that statement wasn't forthcoming. We'll come to the allegations in a second. I don't want to put those second, but I just want to talk about him because it will come as a huge shock, I think, this, to his friends and his colleagues in the newsroom, and I think you and I would count him as one. And also to millions of people around the world who are so familiar with the face of Hugh Edwards.
I was looking back when he presented the BBC's election coverage in 2019. It was the first change of presenter on that job for 40 years.